What's up everyone and welcome to the club. In today's video we're creating a sketch illustration of Sasuke from Naruto. Let's begin today's lesson by adding some guidelines in the center of our page. Let's start at the very top in the center. I'm just going to sketch a line coming all the way down towards the bottom. I'm just using these short choppy lines to create this line. Now in the center we draw another line going across from left to right. So we extend this out towards the left and then right side. Now I'm going to use these two lines to help us create a circle in the center of our page. So from the middle, let's step up. It's going to mark off the top of our circle. Let's take that same distance down towards the bottom and do the same thing. Let's do the same thing across this horizontal line. So taking this distance from the center over towards the left and right side. Now to create our circle, all we need to do is connect the center of each point with a curve. So we start with the top left. Now you just readjust the shape of our circle as we go. So along the bottom, I'm just going to raise this up a little bit higher and then just smooth this out. Let's add another guideline from the side of our circle, coming all the way down and then up towards the top. Now from here we start blocking out the basic facial features, starting with the eyes. Let's start with the gap in between. So from the center, let's start over on the left side, sketch a line coming down. And I want to take this distance from the center over towards the right and do the same thing. Let's place the eyes underneath that center line. So from this point, step over toward the left. It's going to angle the eye coming down and in. Do the same thing on the right. And go all the way towards the outside. We're going to curve the bottom of the eye, coming down and then in towards that inside point. Now I tuck the pupils in underneath the eyelid. So starting over on the left, we're going to draw a half circle. We're going to come down and just pull that up on the inside and do the same thing on the right. Now we're going to place the nose just up above the bottom of our circle. So step up, just going to draw a V going up towards the left and right side. And then the mouth is going to sit just underneath that circle. So we're going to stretch this line going all the way across towards the left and right. Now I'm going to slope the head coming in towards the jaw. Starting from the side of our circle, it's going to angle this down and then in towards that mouth line. Now I want to layer the collar on top of the chin. So let's connect these 2 points with a curve. Coming down and then up. Let's extend this out, going out towards the side of the collar. Round this out and pull that up and in towards the side of the jaw. Let's go back to the jaw. It's going to angle this down and then in underneath the collar. Now we're going to go back up to the top and draw the top edge of the headband. Let's start over on the left side, right about here. Just going to sketch a line going all the way across. Now I want to bring the hair coming down the side of the head. So let's start from the center point, bring this up and then out towards the left and right side. Now on the left, just going to curve this across, go on top of the left eye, and then bring that down towards the collar. And I want to do the same thing on the right, going across the outside of the eye, and then bring that down. Let's go back to the center, draw the top of the hair bangs. Start with the left side. We're going to go up and then out to right about there. And do the same thing on the right, going up towards the same height. Now on the left side, I'm just going to round this out. We go all the way around the side of the head and then pull that back in towards the bottom. And let's do the same thing on the right. Now this is just to define the shape of the hair. We'll come back and add some detail after. Now I'm going to brush the top of the hair over towards the right. So from this point, let's step over. And it's up and in towards the center, bring this across and then down. Let's add another point. We're going to step down, go out and up, pull that in. Let's add another smaller point, going up and out, and then back down. Now on the side, we go out and up. I'm just going to work our way down towards the right side of the head. Let's add a large spike, going up, and then back in towards the side. Let's add a couple smaller points along the side. Just pulling that in. Let's add one more. And then from the side of the collar, I'm just going to bend this down and then in towards the shoulders. Let's move up, slope the shoulders, coming down and out towards the side. Once we have the rough sketch in place, let's go back and lightly erase some of these guidelines. Just going to clean up our drawing. Now that we have our clean rough sketch in place, let's go and add a second level of detail. Let's start with the hair bangs. Start up here. Now I'm going to add some separate hair bangs coming down across the forehead. Just pull that up. Now just staying within these guidelines that we've created. Just adding a little bit more detail as we go. Brush this across the face and come down. Just redefining the hair. Just gonna add a few more points along the outside. Go back to the left, we'll do the same thing. Give that headband a slight bend. And then just adding the metal plate in behind. And just roughing in that detail in the center of the forehead. I'm just layering the eyebrows on top of the eyes, going underneath the headband. Adding a couple of rings on the right eye. I'm just going to add a little highlight on the top left side of the eye. Just tuck the pupil in underneath. Just lightly shade that in. Just readjusting the position of the mouth. So just going to raise this up a little bit higher. And I just want to give the collar a little bit more shape. Just adding a fold along the bottom. Just going to give this a bend over towards the right, going up and down, and tucking that in. Now we're going to go in with the tip of our pencil and start defining the edges and adding some more contrast. So we'll start with the edge of the hair again, just adding some overlaps and folds, and then just working our way around the eyes. Now with the hair bangs in place, we'll go in and start adding some detail to the headband and the face. Just going to darken up the top of the iris and then fade that down. And using the side edge of our pencil, we're just going to add some light shading around the eyes. Add a little bit of texture to the lower lip. Once we finish sketching out our contours, we're going to go in and start adding some shading. Now with the shading, I like to keep this rough. I don't want to get too detailed with this. Kind of like that raw texture that we get. We can add that even medium shade to the rest of the hair. We want to add that metallic finish to that plate in the center. Just going to darken this up on the left and just fade that in. And we want to create that highlight in the center. So we're just going to darken up the right side and then blend that in. Now the hair is going to cast a shadow across the face. And we always want to darken up the top and just blend that down. So we get that nice decay of shadow as it comes in towards the center. Just adding a little bit more texture to the hair, the side of our pencil. So just pulling these lines from the tip, coming in and then down towards the base, and then going in the opposite direction along the bottom. You can also do that across the hair bangs. Now as we get closer to the end of our drawing, we'll tighten up our shadows and add a little bit more detail, and always be sure to sign our artwork, and that's pretty much it. There's a sketch illustration of Sasuke. I hope you enjoyed today's lesson. If you did, please make sure you subscribe because I'm posting new lessons every single week. And if you want to keep drawing with me, you might want to check out this video over here. I want to thank you for watching, and I'll see you again soon.